I've already mentioned that I'm not a big drill shooter. If I do shoot them, it's not usually to work on something. It's to figure out what I need to work on, I guess. And so, and I'm not going to make you suffer through watching me shoot all these drills, okay? Uh, just get the idea, and maybe you have your own, maybe you come up with something, but a lot of times I'll set up 15 balls in random order going across here, and then I'll take ball in hand and just shoot. And just try to get through all 15. Now sometimes I get through all 15, sometimes I don't. But what I do is I don't just track, oh, I got 14 out of 15 or 13 out of 15 or 15 out of 15. I track the ones that I'm missing. And so like right there, I didn't do that on purpose, it just comes in handy. It wasn't that I missed the second shot, it's that I missed the ball in number 2 position. If there was number 1, number 2, this would be number 3 ball, this would be number 4 ball, even though it's a 7, and so on and so on. What I found in my case is that the balls that I'm most likely to miss are 5 and 6. This ball right here, this ball right here. These are the ones I'm most likely to miss. And also, the same angle in this direction. This makes 100% perfect sense to me because I know from banking a lot that this is the angle that is the least forgiving on a bank shot. Like a cross corner bank shot, it ends up being about like this. It's the least forgiving angle. A lot of times if the ball hits this rail on the way in, it's going to rattle out. If it comes in any shallower and hits this rail, a lot of them are going to slide in anyway. And of course, if you hit it dead in the face or dead in, it's going to go in. So I already knew that, but it just told me and reminded me that when I had this kind of an angle, that I just had to be extra sure to be accurate. I had to kind of treat the pocket like a snooker pocket at that point. Because hitting that long rail on this shot will quite often cause the ball to miss. Quite often cause it to miss. A lot more than anything else. So I do that drill to see where my mistakes are. I've always said people learn from their mistakes. You don't learn from your successes. The only thing you get from your successes, especially on the pool table, is you can get validation that you were lined up correctly or whatever. The ball goes in, sure, you must have done something right, or you got lucky. Neither one of those are really going to do you any good. If it's the validation one, you already knew that shot, so okay, you don't have to worry about it. If you got lucky, I don't think you're going to go through your pool life counting on luck. Some people probably do, but luckily so far I'm not one of those people. Another thing I do quite a bit more often actually, and this is a long one, but it's useful to me. I will take 10 balls, put it in a cue ball here on the head string, and shooting this ball down there like that, and then I'll do it again. I'll try to do this 10 times. If I miss, I make note if I missed any. Then I do the same thing with the object ball. 2 diamonds down. I'm not trying to draw or do anything special, just make the ball. So I do that 10 times. Then I do it all from here. Just trying to make the ball. So I missed the ball. Again, I didn't do it on purpose, it just happened. What I have found that by far, the shots that I miss most are the ones where the object ball is on this diamond and this diamond. If it's down here, then I start making it again. This is if I take my misses, I mean it's pretty flat. I almost never miss the first couple. Then I miss 2 or 3 sometimes out of this mess. sometimes even 2 or 3 each out of this mess, and then almost never miss from down here. So that tells me something. I'm shooting this little drill, if you even want to call it that, exercise, not to figure out how to make a straight in shot, although it does give me some practice with getting aligned and all that stuff, but to see what I have to work on. So if I shoot that little thing, then, you know, that was pretty sloppy, but at least it went in. And I see, well, crap, I got to work on this deal where the object ball is 3 feet away, and then there's 3 feet to the pocket, where the ball's right in the middle of the entire shot. That's the hardest thing for me to shoot, and it may be the hardest thing for most people to shoot. If I want to take this ball here and put the cue ball here, it becomes easy again. And I can do this 10 balls, 10 balls, 10 balls, space it however I want, and find out where's my problem with this shot. Besides being just a little bit stretched out, I'm going to miss more with this from this layout with the cue ball about halfway. Again, the halfway point is where I'm going to miss. Learn something. I learned something from my failures right there. Didn't learn jack shit for any of the balls that I made. Didn't learn a thing. So, just a couple more that I'll do. Just every now and then. Usually when I feel like, well, I was going to say when I feel like my speed control's off, but also if I'm going to go play on a different take. And I usually, if I'm doing it on a different table, I don't line up 10 balls in each one of these spots. But I'll shoot this shot right here and just try to draw back one time. And I'll kind of see, I usually rate it, if I would be in this range right here, drawing back, if I'd be in this range, then I usually count that as a success. Oops, that was wrong. That was the wrong drill, sorry. So now I can do the same thing and try to put back 2 lines. Crap, right? Here was my target. Crap. But what I found from doing this is I'm pretty lousy at drawing back just a little bit. I'm much better if my goal was to draw back and hit the head rail. I'm much better at that. And I could do this probably just about every time. But coming back just a foot or just 2 feet, those are the things that I'm not as good at those. And I like to know what my weaknesses are. And then the last one I wanted to talk about is similar, and this is just a stop shot, but at different distances. So I can shoot that a bunch. I can come back to here, to here, to here, to here, wherever. All I'm trying to do is just shoot a stop shot. I'm usually pretty good at this particular thing, but if I screw up, my hardest version of this, and it kind of makes sense, it's when I'm all the way back here, and I'm like, yeah, okay, I can barely see that 7. This is where it's hardest for me to get that ball to stop well and make the ball. You kind of have to make the ball or it validates everything. I do some of that kind of stuff, the little progressive exercises, to try to figure out what are my weaknesses, and then in theory, at some point, I'll work on those weaknesses. I already said, it doesn't do me any good to work on my successes because they're already successes. But working on the weaknesses can help, and can help turn those into maybe not strong points in my game, but at least neutral points in my game. At least, well, I'm okay at those. The shot with the cue ball up here and putting an object ball right in here somewhere, that's a weak point of my game. It absolutely is a weak point of my game. And it's nice to know that if I have a choice of shots, maybe if somebody gives me ball in hand, there's a ball here and another one down here somewhere. Maybe I shouldn't be shooting this one. because it's a weak point in my game. Maybe I should be shooting this shot and coming around for the easier shot here. Stuff like that is it's very useful for me to know that kind of stuff about my own limitations, my own weaknesses. Maybe some of you guys like to do similar things. Maybe you can think of some similar things you might want to do, because I really do feel like it's very important to know your limitations and to realize that you only learn from your mistakes. And I think we're all trying to learn. We're all trying to be the best players we can be. So that's just my little stupid soapbox video for the week. Later.